I moved out when I was 20. I was in Orange County just smacking my head. It was literally like smacking my head against that wall for 7 years trying to figure it out. Because I didn't have my degree, and then I went, here I am, this failure. I think I didn't want to be in my life. Here
How are you getting by?
I was working 2 jobs. I was working 24-hour fitnesses. They got them all over the place. You know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
I worked at 24 when I lived in Orange County too.
Yeah, bro. So I was
Back when I was 21.
yes, dude. I was working as the little front desk attendant.
Yeah.
You know how you move up the little operations side, whatever.
Yeah, I was a trainer.
Okay, so
I was better than you.
He was way better than
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
You actually had you actually
I
had
was
the
better
deal.
than you. No.
But that's you know because you worked at the company how the monetization works.
Oh,
out there.
bro, I can't tell you how many times like I literally I didn't technically get fired. I got asked to leave that gym, 24-hour fitness on Lemon. Everyone could, in the 91 in Lemon, if anyone knows, it's in Anaheim.
Yeah.
Because I was so good at training and selling training, but I refused to keep selling to people who already purchased.
Yeah.
Because I knew what it was. It was like, yo, like Christmas time, get more sales because they wanted to get
the
these
little
like
packs or whatever.
They wanted to get these sales done in a certain time so that the fitness manager and the GM of the gym could get like a benefit.
Yeah, they're bonusing off of it.
So I'm like, no, like I'm going to do the work because I know that the work is good, and what they get from it, they're going to re-sign when it's right for them to re-sign, not just because you want to hit a quota.
Right.
And I remember having arguments with this guy's name at the time was Chris Long, the GM, and Josh Graves was the fitness manager. I remember, I'll never forget these people. And they were just like, no, more. And I'm like, why?
Yeah.
And I remember I got to the point where they're like, well, you can either like basically quit or get fired.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck this shit.
Fuck
You guys, man. I'll train these people by myself at a fucking park.
Yeah.
But I just didn't like that mentality of like, yo, force these sales.
Right.
And obviously, you know, I've written so much since then, but I think that holding like yourself to those certain values of like, if you're doing the work good and you're doing like, and they're like getting from it, then you don't have to sell someone something. They're going to want to buy it.
Facts.
But I desperately hated working for those companies,
bro.
man.
I was doing that, and I was doing the graveyard shift. So 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., dog.
Holy
and
fuck.
No one, I don't care
what gym was it?
It's down, well, at the time it was still a sport. Now it's an active. It's in Rancho Santa Margarita. So it's way further south, like past Irvine. A very... Dude,
oh, yeah, he worked at the gym.
You're talking about 2 people in the gym from 10 to 6, and one of them's a weirdo. No offense, but there's one of them that's like, you know what I'm saying, just walking around the gym with doing nothing.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
At
like,
24, yeah.
So you got to be like switched on. You're checking the saunas to make sure no weird stuff's going on in there. You know what I'm saying?
Have a fucking knife on you ready.
Yeah, bro. So I was doing that, and then so here's how my day would go. I would wake up, and I used to work at a golf club near that place as one of the golf cart and club cleaners.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm in the no offense, but the not the skilled labor. Like you're just working hard. Like you don't have to have a degree to do this type of work because I didn't have one. So I'm you know doing these cart cleanings. People around that area got a lot of money, but they're not necessarily nicest. Yeah, and I was like, oh, go clean this, whatever. Doing that, get off that job at like 7, go home for like an hour, eat whatever, boom, graveyard shift, 5 days a week, running it.
Fuck.
So then I get a lucky break, like I said, with what happened, but I was doing that for a couple of years. Then finally started actually training. Went and got my NASM certification at the time.
Nice.
But I didn't do it with 24 because, like you said, I started training at-risk kids in Orange County.
How'd you get involved in that?
It was crazy. It was one of those Indeed, posts that the guy had, and I was on Indeed every day just trying to get out of this situation. I'm like,
trying to make money.
Trying to get out of the graveyard shift, whatever.
Respect.
Guy was like, yo, I'm looking for a trainer certified that can work with kids. I have this, opportunity. And so I met the guy, and he goes, hey, what we do, I'm not going to name the company, but what we do is we work with kids that are at risk, self-harm issues, attitude issues, drug issues, alcohol, whatever, addiction issues. And we try to rehabilitate. And then, they'll come from all over the country to come here and do this. And I started working with them. And you know what was crazy? Almost, I would say 95% of the kids that had addiction issues, family issues.
Yeah.
Wasn't anything wrong with the kids themselves. Self-esteem, family, attention, frustrating, stuff like that. And it was crazy through training, watching them through physical fitness, through just accomplishing something, how their mindset would switch. I would have kids, I would come in, they would want to fight me before we started training, like, fuck this guy, this fucking trainer bullshit. I'm going inside. I'm not doing nothing. Like, all right, well, we'll be out here, man. week after week, he'd start poking his head out because kids are having fun. I'm making it fun for them. They're training. They're getting stronger, faster. I'm doing this. I'm hitting PRs, whatever. He's like, well, all right, I'll try it. But I ain't doing it for more than 10 minutes. I'm going in. You know what I'm saying? 10 minutes in. Great job, so-and-so. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Perfect form. That's what I like. And kids just leave the program in such a better mind state that they're just normal kids.
You know what I don't understand? I'll never understand how like this sort of people encourage working out and people encourage like fitness and all this stuff. But like I don't understand why it's not just like a thing that like people like have to do.
Right.
Like for in that younger generation, like why is that not some sort of like mandated thing?
Yeah.
Because it's so fucking essential, I believe, to like in this situation, right? Those kids clearly didn't want to do it because they were like, fuck you. My life's like this. Fuck you. You don't know shit. You don't know me.
Yep.
And I can speak directly from a place where I felt certain ways about my life and where I was at. And as soon as I found the gym, my whole life was better.
Yep.
Like in not right away, but like my ability to like just deal with things, like, yeah, right away it was like I'm avoiding shit, but the gym was my avoidance. But it gave me, like you said, it gave me something to feel like, oh, I have these like little achievements.
Yep.
That before that I didn't have anything that made me feel good. So it's like, why are we not really encouraging this to like this degree here in the States? It just seems like we don't. I don't know, man. It's like,
it's crazy too, because there was a switch at some point, because you look and you can go back to the 50s, 60s at that time frame, like the physical gym like requirements for just schools, kids were in shape. It wasn't like you were doing like fucking back squats and hack squats and deadlifts and
push-ups and running,
push-ups, sit-ups, running, pull-ups.
The shit's
Kids
essential
were in
shit.
shape.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yoked, ready to go.
And then they just quit and they're like, fuck it, pharmaceuticals. Pretty much,
Dude,
man.
I don't know how much time we have. I have a story about my whole blood clot situation with pharmaceuticals that I might as well tell people. This is probably the biggest platform. I thought I had some kind of infection. I was freaking out because I'd had this blood clot after surgery. Go through all
that would scare the fuck out of me, bro.
Because
that shit could kill you.
Could kill you.
Yeah.
I noticed it like the day it happened. And the doctor was like, you don't have a blood clot.
How would you know? What do you mean you noticed?
I was laying in bed. So first off, it's my own fault. I was editing. By the way, this is, again, that mindset I go through. I'm hard work over everything.
Jacob, listen to this.
You know what I'm saying?
Jacob's
hard work
editing,
over
he edits.
everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to entrust editing to anybody. This is my channel. I know how I speak. I'm going to make sure that everything's perfect. I would be editing sometimes 6 to 8 hours a day.
We got to get Jacob the leg compression things or what? What's going on here?
So what happened was I was like, I can't take time off work because I'm in the middle of this influencer boxing. Everything's going crazy. Fuck it. I'm going to put my boot on that they give you after surgery, crank that bitch so that it's got some compression on it, and just sit there at my desk, do my little calf raises. Shit wasn't enough. I was sitting there for 6 hours a day with that blood just pooling there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not elevating it, not making sure that there was adequate blood flow, probably not hydrating.
Oh, so you
enough.
had an injury.
I had injury, lateral ligament tear in my ankle, had surgery, then was
And
in
then
the
you
boot.
just stagnant.
Just stagnant.
Oh,
super,
okay.
super, like, I knew better. It was just,
Yeah, you
whatever,
fucked up.
So after the blood clot, I'm on these blood thinners for 6 to 8 months, and then I started getting these random muscle fasciculations and pain, and I'm like, God, what is going on with me? And so I
Fasciculation is like
just like twitching in the muscles.
Cool.
And I'm like, man, is there something going on? Like, whatever. Then I start having some issues that I thought could have been, I don't know, infection. Like I was starting to have like coming down with coughs a lot and some digestive issues. And turns out it was more probably from the blood clots than anything else and just being inactive. Go to the doctor. Here's ciprofloxacin. Sure, take that for 30 days. I was like, and even me, I know myself. I'm like, I don't know, that doesn't make a lot of sense taking an antibiotic for 30 days.
Bro.
Doc's like, no, yeah, go ahead. Take it for 30 days. Muscle fasciculations get worse. I'm talking to the point where I'm like sitting here and it's my whole calf is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So ended up, I ended up taking care of it after, but that's the craziest thing to me is watching how easy and liberal doctors are with these antibiotics and pharmaceuticals and
over prescription everything.
I looked at the bottle afterward and it was like, it had a black box label on it. Like potential to cause weakness of tendons, potential to have lifelong, issues of this, that, and the other. I'm like, it's like when you watch the commercial for these medicines for antidepressants.
They kill you.
It's like, oh, side effects may include depression. I'm like, what?
Suicidal attempts.
Yeah, suicidal thoughts. And I'm like, Jesus, this is worse than the person's. You know what I mean?
It's just it's a fucking weird world, man. Like this industry is just pharmaceutical industry and the medicine and how it's prescribed to people is just, dude, there's nothing like, okay, obviously there's some things where these things are actually really necessary and super beneficial.
Yeah.
But in the grand scheme of things, it's like most issues can be alleviated with like proper nutrition, proper exercise, and consistency with those things.
Yeah.
Like, period.
It's so crazy how I'm now learning that more and more as I become an adult. Whereas like as a kid, it's like you said, it's almost standardized. Like, this is the process. Pharmaceutical, rest,
take
whatever.
this pill.
Take this pill.
Rely on this shit, and then rely on that shit, and then this shit because you took that. Now you got to do this.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking chain of fucking money, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Follow the money, man.
It's crazy.
Follow the money, and it's sad, honestly, because it's just like people's lives just get,
ruined. Can be.
Yeah.
Fucked up, man.
It's fucking crazy.